Hey, this is Cool PC Doc. I am working on a program called that's I'm creating a video game with a program called GameMaker. Um it's a pretty amazing program. It's allowing me to create a top-down RPG game. Um I'm gonna showcase the start of what I've created, and we'll go from there. So let me get back to that. Here is the player. Um, and this player, I'm controlling him with the WADS keys or on my mouse with a joystick, my joystick. So as you can see, he's working really well, changes directions. I've programmed all that. These red blocks are objects that are made solid so that we can show the collision. Um, so that was kind of cool. I've also got a sprint feature in here. So now you see I can make them sprint up, down, left, right. I can make them walk at normal speed. All of this is a program I'm going through. I'm learning to do this in a school, in a video course on the web. So it's really a lot of fun. Lot of work. Oh, and I also have a what we call a dodge roll. So as you can see, and I can do that just by pressing down on the joystick on my mouse. I don't have to use the space key on the keyboard. And the faster I do it, the click the so just wanted to create this little video. I'm gonna post this up on Facebook, on my YouTube channel at some point, and I'm going to also post it on several of the Discords I'm a part of. But I just thought you'd like to see kind of what I'm learning to do since my back is out and pinching a sciatic nerve and I can't go to work. I'm re-educating myself on game design. Now I'm going to switch from this screen here over to the actual software for the game. So we're going to go down and find, oops, I was on the wrong one. We're going to go and now it's actually not fitting the screen. Well, yeah, it still is. So it's meant to stretch to fill the screen. So away we go. I am going to stop the rendition here. But in this program, it has the create, which in the creates we put our movement settings. So I've coded all the movement key, or I put the variables for all the different movement variables, the horizontal direction variables, and the rolling variables. So that's where that kind of went. Now, then when we go into the actual step process, every step of the game, every time, every frame basically is coded into here. So this is the setup of our controls up top here. Um, then we have the dodge roll configured in here using an if statement. Um, and then we get down to the horizontal direction controls. We have in here, in there, we have flipping our sprite image from left to right. We have the vertical direction keys coded in, and in there we change uh, the sprite out with this command down in here, and then still standing or moving. We have it coded in down here. And then we have image speed changes. We have vertical movement coded in there. And then we have, your collision stuff so that we can, that the red blocks, we can just make them into walls. Eventually, I will replace those. I'll have the blocks there, but I'll make them invisible and I'll have them overlaid over the immovable objects that are going to be walls or rocks or trees or whatever it is that's going to be unmovable. And then up in here we have what they call the draw page, and basically it's a simple command for it: draw underscore self with some brackets, so empty set. So it's actually pretty fascinating video class I'm doing. It was a free class. It's about 46 or 48 lessons. I'm not even halfway through. So we've got a lot of, then over here, down over here, where we have a lot of our assets for the game. Um, Over here we have our sprite folder, which we have a folder with all of our different characters that we use in the game, that we have in the game. Then we have our enemies. So we've got bats, bat normal, bat hard, and a slime. So we have several kinds of enemies to encounter. Then we have our environments. So chests, collisions, gates, lanterns, signs, fences, trees, water. So we're going to be using a lot of this stuff to co put in the different rooms and different spaces in the game. So and also have the one room that's actually created. So I'll open the rooms up here. I'll open up room one. This is this is basic what the room kind of looks like. This is the size of that room. Then we have all kinds of variables that we can set in that room. So, and these are the objects, and this is my player character. So it's a pretty fascinating program. I'm getting the hang of it. I spent today redoing all the code because I couldn't find a bug, so I cut it all out and I started re-entering all my code in line by line. And even with my dyslexia, I can make mistakes. So it's not always what it appears. But then we can click the run. It's compiling while it's doing that. I am going to grab the run, go OK, and there we are. Oh, we're back in the game. And eventually the room will have boundaries on it, so I can't just run off the screen and get lost in the abyss. But yeah, originally they had us programming the basic movements with the arrow keys. Then they showed us how to make them with the WASD keys, so the WASD keys. And my mouse just happens to have that programmed into it with the joystick on it, so it's a thumbstick. So it's very easy to operate. And that way I can use the mouse pointer to determine where I'm going to roll. So I just thought, man, this is pretty cool. So anyway, this is kind of the direction I want to go with some of my knowledge so that I can potentially make some money. Um, During this process, I'm also learning how to create my own assets for the games using um, pixel art. This is all just pixel art. These are 16 by 16 squares that we use for making all of our objects in this game. And as I go along, I might go up to 32 by 32 bits so I can get more detail into my characters, or 64 by 64. So, and eventually I want to learn some other game engines so I can do, and I want to learn how to use Blender so I can make 3D objects for for games that I want to do on 3D platforms. So, lots of things going on, and I just thought I'd make this quick video and let everybody know what's going on. And this is Cool PC Doc, and we're going to go back to the main camera here. Hey, this is Cool PC Doc. I just wanted to share this with everybody. I think what I'm doing right now is a whole lot of fun. Um, I drive a bus, but I have a pinched sciatic nerve. I can barely sit at my computer desk down here. I a lot of times work on my code up on my laptop in the recliner from a fully reclined position, but I make a lot of typos that way. So, all right, now I'm having a decent day where I'm actually sitting down at my desk. My sciatica is starting to pinch, but that's okay. Anyway, I appreciate everybody who watches and supports my channel, and we will see you next time. This is Cool PC Doc saying, have a great rest of your evening. Peace out.